Under. It looked like we may have a second boat about to go under.
One of the objectives of the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, which is responsible for regattas, is to ensure that the world gets to experience this amazing culture that they can't get nowhere else in the world. They were able to achieve that through media technology of live streaming, Facebook, and of course, ZNS, who brought additional coverage each day. So the media was an important part of the event. And this is how most of us saw the National Family and Regatta through our eyes.
If you look at the sport of sailing, not just sloop sailing, but sport sailing is made for TV. If we're going to push to make this a national sport, we got to make sure people know the sport and make sure they understand it. I think the next big step is, of course, national broadcasting of regattas, start to finish, each of the major regattas. That's where we're headed.
I'm excited about where media has come technologically speaking. I think the advances in technology has allowed us to change the game in terms of how we present the stories from the regatta.
On that note, I think I'm going to get out here for sports. When we first started regatta, my first one probably would have been about 15, 16 years ago. We had those big tapes, so nothing was seen until you went back to NASA. The only thing they relied on was 15:40 a.m. to hear your voice over the radio. Sometimes we'll put the tape on the plane for them to play the next day, and then they'll send us back a tape. But now, with this new technology that we have, it always feels like we're working harder, but it's better because we're getting the information out there as it happens.
Mic check. But as a cameraman, I think Exuma has everything a cameraman would love. You got these crystal clear waters. You got these guys that are always in an action state. You got boats coming close to each other, so you have everything for the drama.
Early start this morning.
Being able to do a live show here was pretty crazy. Pushing the envelope, definitely. Because Exuma is great on its own, but I think having a team where you can laugh and like you have each other's back, I think that really helped solidify this experience.
Since I get the drone, you know, we're flying around through Grand Bahama, and then we did Andres and so forth, right, and Nassau. But Exuma made the drone work really colorful, man. This regatta, what can I say? Let me bring 3 words: amazing, excitement, wow.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, bone fishing business driving tourism on Grand Bahama. The Grand Bahama Utility Company looking for potential leakages in its water system. And a man found stabbed near a bushy highway. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news, the Bahamas is viewed as a world-class bone fishing destination by anglers. Here on Grand Bahama, it is considered a lucrative industry with untapped potential as hundreds of high-end visitors travel monthly to experience a day on the flats. Our Ramiko Knowles talks with a guide manager about this growing sector in the tourism industry.
The hidden treasure is located in East Grand Bahama, and according to guide manager at the North Riding Point Club, Stanley Glinton, the club offers fine dining and other amenities, but the primary focus is bone fishing. He says it's big business.
Right now, the club is full. They cater to 16 guests, 7 boats, and we booked right out right now.
In fact, he says anglers travel from all over the world to experience a day on the flats at the club.
Well, we have sighting areas we go. We go on the North Shore, we go eastern, and we have different names for different areas. Like you'll go Dover Sound, you'll go North Water Key, you'll go Sales Key, or you'll go Burris Key, or you'll go Brush Key. You know, and some of the guys make up their own little name.
But regardless of the area, he says what really inspires them to travel is the hospitality they receive.
A guide is an entertainer. You got to entertain your guests. So at the end of the day, they can be satisfied and be happy enough to come back. We tried to take it into the school just before the hurricane. Me and my son and one or two people from tourism. But the hurricane came and it sort of killed the project. Because as the elderly people die out, it seems like the younger people ain't too enthused about getting into business.
And with over 40 years of experience in the bone fishing industry, he says he now wants to inform the next generation of its benefits.
I would like to see a lot more young people get involved because it's a decent job, it's a relaxing job, you're your own boss, and you can make good money. And everybody can come to school with a head full of education, but you could build up a career. Yeah, and if you make some money, you could go on your own. You could start at 1 or 2 boats, and you could make some big bucks.
Rumiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
The Grand Bahama Utility Company is collaborating with engineering and surveying firm McKim & Creed to provide leak detection services for 120 miles of water pipelines on Grand Bahama Island. The water company maintains that the ongoing maintenance of its water distribution system is critical to delivering safe, reliable water to consumers. Jamila Mizik reports.
The pipelines, which were thoroughly inspected and acoustically tested to confirm the exact locations of potential leakages, are a part of GBUC's water distribution system, which includes over 500 miles of pipelines, 4 water treatment plants, and 3 booster pump stations. McKim & Creed is a leader in water loss, water recovery, and accurate non-invasive leak detection. The U.S.-based company provides expertise in industry-leading smart technology, which enables them to locate all types of leaks and to recover water that is lost through infrastructure defects or aging. The McKim & Creed team assisted GBUC with troubleshooting, remote data sites, and communications for flow and pressure recording devices that are used to create district metering areas within the water distribution system. DMAs help narrow down the areas of highest leakage for further investigation. GBUC Operations Manager Remington Wilshcombe says the partnership between the two companies was timely and successful because GBUC was able to identify potential leakage early. He adds that engaging McKim & Creed resulted in cost savings for both the company and their customers and helps reduce potential infrastructure damage and protect pipelines in the water distribution system in preparation for the completion of the reverse osmosis system. Wilshcombe notes that GBUC is committed to a continuous leak detection program as part of their long-term asset management to ensure that their pipelines are robust and functioning accurately and efficiently. Along with leak detection services, McKim & Creed provided training to GBUC personnel on proper field practices and equipment processes so that they will be able to continue to proactively maintain the recently upgraded leak detection system. Wilshcombe applauding McKim & Creed for the excellent training provided to the GBUC team and notes its importance in GBUC's overall storm preparation and improvement strategy as safety takes precedence over cost and expediency. GBUC says they want to ensure that they are not only rebuilding stronger to lessen the impact of future natural disasters, but they are also equipping their GBUC servicemen with the knowledge and expertise to ensure that they are able to continue this type of preventative maintenance to deliver reliably for their customers for many years to come. Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
A male is hospitalized in serious condition after he was discovered with multiple stab wounds about the body. According to reports, shortly after 7 this morning, police received a report of a male lying on the side of the road on East Sunrise Highway with multiple stab wounds about the body. Officers, along with emergency medical services officials, rendered medical assistance. He was taken to the Ranch Memorial Hospital where he is listed in serious condition. Police say further inquiries reveal that the man was on East Sunrise Highway when he was attacked from behind by a male that he described as 5 feet 9 inches in height with brown complexion. Investigations into this matter are continuing. Police at the Northeastern Station are still trying to locate a 36-year-old Norrell Anthony Store of number 123 Scott Avenue, Freeport. Store is wanted for questioning on housebreaking and stealing charges. He is between 5 feet 11 inches and 6 feet 1 inch. He is of dark brown complexion and medium build. If you know where he may be tonight, give the police a call at 350-3400-911. 919 or call your nearest police station. And now the latest figures coming in from the Ministry of Health shows that there are 62 new cases of COVID in the country, 45 in New Providence, 4 in Grand Bahama, 2 in Abaco, 2 in the Berry Islands, and 1 in Inagua, while there are 2 locations pending, pushing the national count of cases to 10,773. A breakdown of those cases show that 20 are male and 42 are female. 50 people are in hospital with the virus, 45 are moderately ill, and 5 people are in the intensive care unit. The Ministry of Health is also reporting an additional death after a 56-year-old woman who lives in New Providence died, which means the national death count stands at 212. So far, over 89,000 tests have been completed.
Happy Mother's Day, Mary Ella Lang. From your children, Randolph and Theo, Judy, May Pratt, and Eleanor Stewart, and all those who cares for you.
To Marvin Minnis Forbes, happy Mother's Day to the world's greatest mother and grandmother. From your children, grandchildren, family members, and friends, we love you always.
Mom, you are the best mother in the world. You're my sweetie pie. We love you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to our mother, Demetrius. We love you.
Come on down.
This Saturday, May 8th, Do It Center is having a 20% flash sale on bathroom wall light fixtures and housewares. Do It Center is also saying thank you and will be giving away 3 gifts to 3 lucky mothers. Do It Center carries a large variety of housewares, power tools, plumbing, and electrical, hardware, and paint. Open Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., located at the Gold Rock Complex. Everything to complete that job for mom this season. Happy Mother's Day from Do It Center.
Treasure the love of your mother. Give her a gift she will treasure forever. Shop Bellevue Gifts and Supplies for that special personalized gift basket. Happy Mother's Day.
Mom deserves a weekend out of the kitchen. Start with breakfast, lunch, then dinner all day this Saturday and Sunday at Off the Deep Edge Restaurant, Peel Street. Happy Mother's Day.
Third Dimension is having a Mother's Day sale Friday, May 7th and Saturday, May 8th. Take 15% off their home improvement store. Third Dimension, located on Yellow Pine Street.
Delicious Mother's Day buffet at the Grand Lucayan, Cornish hen, grouper, lobster, macaroni, rice, cheesecake, and much more. Get tickets at Lighthouse Point lobby. Phone 350-5000.
ZNS Shopping Network is the place for deals. Bahamas. Get ready for our national launch coming June 1st, 2021. For the first time ever, any store can advertise their sale items or discounted coupons on ZNS and get TV and radio commercials at never seen before prices. So if you've got stuff and you want to put it on sale, we'll tell the entire Bahamas all about it. So merchants, log on to ZNSShoppingNetwork.com and click the Merchant Inquiry button today to get started.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A local food and beverage manager in 8 Mile Rock is turning his business into a big attraction after the economic fallout. As a result of the global pandemic, many have had to find new, innovative ways to make ends meet. As Jay Philippe tells us, this 8 Mile Rock chef has done just that and has now gained the title Manwich King.
If you happen to be in 8 Mile Rock and you're looking for a sandwich, then check out Big Jones Manwich. You certainly won't regret it.
Don't get a sandwich, make it a manwich.
It's just a $5 menu at Big Jones Manwich. Owner of the business establishment, Mr. Sonny Jones is no stranger to food or 8 Mile Rock. Jones served as a food and beverage manager for 25 years, where he says he's seen it all and tasted all. With Grand Baham experiencing some economic challenges over the past several years, the certified steak chef decided to open his own business in his hometown of 8 Mile Rock, where it all started.
8 Mile has a lot of eatery, and this is something new and different. It's a manwich. It is bigger than a sandwich, and that is why they are so pleased with it, and they're getting value for quality for dollar.
Big Jones Manwich is a fairly new business in the Hannah Hill community. Operating in an open, clean area in the heart of 8 Mile Rock has proven to be beneficial so far. According to Jones, what makes his sandwich selections popular is the fact that he uses 100% beef.
There's 5 items on the menu. This is 100% beef, hot dog, foot long. There's a beef burger, a turkey burger, a fish burger, and a chicken breast burger. And it is value for $1, and they said it is bigger than a sandwich.
Jones says this is just the beginning of something tasty, and he hopes it will drive more traffic into 8 Mile Rock as his business expands.
I plan to get a building, and I plan to make Big Jones Manwich a wholesale name here in 8 Mile Rock, and indeed make it a signature brand in the Bahamas and to the world.
The Big Manwich is available Monday through Saturday, and you can check out the beef for yourself. Be sure to try this one, and don't forget to ask for the secret sauce. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Well, as you know, this Sunday is Mother's Day, and loved ones are coming up with special ways to honor and celebrate the mothers and mother-like figures in their lives. Well, the Grand Lucayan Resort is prepared to help you make the entire weekend a very special one. The stage is set at the newly reopened Grand Lucayan Resort to welcome in families for a special Mother's Day brunch. Executive chef at the Grand Lucayan Resort, Dwayne Clare, says that the brunch, beginning at noon, will surely amaze all in attendance, from the food to entertainment and prizes and surprises.
It's going to be more than just the food. We're going to have a fashion show. We're also going to have an artist who's going to be doing our portraits, a photographer, live entertainment in both locations, a lot of prizes and giveaways, and of course it's going to be quarterbacked by the food. The menu is going to be, stunning. We're going to do what we call family style service, because as you know, with COVID, everyone is moving away from buffets for safety reasons. But what we plan on doing for Mother's Day, we're going to do family style food service, where the food is actually brought to your table in multiple portions as if you're having a buffet, but each table is going to be personalized with their own buffet. You can be looking at stuff like ginger, local grouper, and when we talk about grouper, we're talking about fresh, local grouper, garlic stir-fry rock lobster tails. We also have our nice cinnamon and guava glazed Cornish hens. We're going to be doing a specialty roasted mushroom with our spinach, macaroni, and cheese. And we got a lot of fresh bouquet of fresh local vegetables that we're going to use as a stir fry.
And if you're looking to begin the celebrations even earlier, Front Office Manager Anitha Cooper says they have special rates on hotel rooms all weekend long.
So far, we have been getting great support from our local economy, not only here in Grand Bahama, but also Nassau and Abaco as well. We've also seen a few locals from Andros and even Ragged Island, to be honest with you. So yes, we're welcoming all of our domestic travelers and all of our domestic guests to come on out and support us.
Since reopening their doors, Claire Cooper says that Bahamians have stepped up and been extremely supportive of the resort.
The support from the public has been very great. You know, we have our Seafood Friday nights, which has been a hit, and we've started to establish our weekly Sunday brunch from 12 noon to 4 p.m. in Portobello's. Both Friday and Sunday, we have live entertainment, and the local community has been very, very supportive. We're seeing numbers increase. We're seeing a lot of new faces come through, and we've also seen some repeat customers. So all of you out there that's been supporting us, we really appreciate it, and just pass the word on because we're trying to deliver a very high level of service.
We're ready to welcome all of our mothers for wonderful prices, all-inclusive prices. We have as little as $164 per person. So go ahead and have your moms, your wives, come on out and experience the Grand Lucayan for this weekend.
Now, due to COVID-19 limitations, persons are encouraged to buy their brunch tickets in advance. The Grand Bahama Resilience Center hosting a pre-Mother's Day luncheon on Friday afternoon. Some 40 mothers from the various communities on Grand Bahama were honored. The theme, to the world you are a mother, but to your family you are the world. Community Engagement Manager Jennifer Barnaby says the group was presented with certificates and special tributes, and she shares why it was important to host the event.
Mission of the Grand Bahama Resilience Center is to bring the community together and to promote wellness. And in doing that, we figure, considering all that we have gone through as a community, to bring mothers together and to celebrate them and allow them to know that they're special, despite all the challenges that they're going through and have gone through, you know, that there are people out there who care. We are here to promote wellness, to make people feel better, to uplift their spirit.
These mothers say they are grateful to have been selected as honorees, and they had this bit of advice for other mothers.
You need to pray. We need to keep calm. Don't worry about nothing. Just pray and ask God to guide you, keep you, and you'll be just all right.
Live a life, exemplary life, so that you'll be an example to the kids. Example teaches better than words.
To be persistent, to be faithful, you know, as being a mother, because I think a mother is the greatest job that we have in this world, to be able to raise children, you know, in the right way.
And in preparation for the big day, we took to the streets to find out how mothers are viewed in today's society. Here is Italia Hall.
And Mother's Day should be celebrated every day, not only on Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is a celebration honoring the mother of family, motherhood, maternal bonds, and the influence of mothers in society. In Bahamian society, women are often viewed as the bedrock of the community, and so on Mother's Day, many look forward to showing mom how much they care.
Mother's Day for me is a bittersweet because I don't have a mom. My mom passed many, many years ago, but I am a mother and a grandmother, and it's a blessing to be a mother. And so for all mothers, it's a wonderful gift from God just to be that vessel that was used to bring life into the world.
My mother, she means everything to me. She's the world to me. And I'm just happy that I've experienced her being my mother for 35 years.
My mom needs everything to me. Taught me how to love, how to pray, how to respect my elders, especially old people.
And as for advice, these residents say there are some words that will always be with them.
Always show love, support,
and appreciate, and to always to celebrate a child, not only for a birthday, but if they bring home an A, you could celebrate them. You know, even just giving them a candy or a piece of cake or taking them out for ice cream. Just appreciate the child, love on that child. Sometimes you only have one child, so all that you gotta look at too.
Just try and be something in life. So that's it. She said, just try and be something in life. Don't try to follow the pattern and get locked up and be like everyone else.
Residents Clark and Green say it is important for children to respect, love, and honor their mother.
Because she brought you in the world, and ain't nothing like a mother's love. If anyone knew know their mommy and live with her, they really will see. They'll go on and on and on about their child, no matter what no one tell them with negativity. They'll always talk good about their child, no matter what.
Because the Bible admonishes us to love and respect our parents so that our days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. We need no other thing to say but that right there. Respect our mothers and our elders and treat everybody with love, because that is why God came, to show us the ultimate love by dying on the cross for all of us.
It's Halia Hall, ZNS Network News.
And now for our Friday evening check on sports, let's go to Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to sports. The 2021 Carifta Swimming Championships has been cancelled once again, a decision that one local swim coach supports. Due to the increase in cases of the coronavirus, the Barbados Aquatic Sports Association announced that they have cancelled the Carifta Swimming and Water Polo competition for the second consecutive year. The championships was originally set for April 3rd through the 7th at the Barbados Aquatic Center, but that was postponed until a later date. Andy Lovett, swim coach of the YMCA Wave Runners, giving his feedback on the cancellation of the games.
It was a difficult decision for them to make, but all in all, I think it's the right decision to make. First and foremost, you have to look in terms of the health of all the people that are going to be there from all the different countries. When you look around the Carifta region, you've got various countries that are having different spikes and waves at different times. Now you've got the Barbados pool that was closed through April because of the ash that was coming off from St Vincent. So, you know, just like we had Hurricane Dorian, where it all lined up, it's basically all lined up for Barbados this year, and it's just a difficult thing, but you've got to go with the importance of health as the most primary factor. Yes, the summer's going to be really disappointed. We've got nationals in 7-8 weeks, so we get them geared up for that, get them motivated on that.
Marvin Johnson Jr. and Tristan Hepburn, who had already met the qualifying standards for the games, also sharing their views.
I know Carifta is a big experience for a lot of younger swimmers. Not saying I'm not much older, but being able to experience it once or twice was a blessing. So not seeing the young people go, it's kind of sad for them, but we all know it's because of the pandemic, so we just gotta keep working to make it the next time.
I really wanted to go this year because how last year they postponed it again. Hopefully we could have it in 2022.
Switching gears now, the inaugural James Turner Falcons Athletics track meet is set for this Saturday at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. The first event on the track will be the 100 and 110-meter hurdle finals beginning at 9:30, followed by the 100-meter heats in the open men and women, the under-20 boys and girls, and the under-17 boys and girls. Next will be the 400 meters on the 11 and up, the 200 meters and the 800 meters in all divisions will conclude the track meet. And that's a quick check on sports right here in the North. I'm Jay Philippe. Have a great weekend.
Happy Mother's Day to Mary Boyd for being the best mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother.
Happy Mother's Day, Mommy, from all of us. You're precious in our hearts. We love you. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you for being an exemplary mother and for loving us in your own special and unique way. From all of your girls, we love you, Mom.
To our precious mom, Gwendolyn Johnson, thank you for being our pillar of strength. Happy Mother's Day. We love you.
The management and staff of Esquire Men's Freeport extend a happy Mother's Day to all moms. For that special attire, visit Esquire Men's at number 8 Lucaya Shopping Center.
Third Dimension is having a Mother's Day sale, Friday, May 7th and Saturday, May 8th. Take 15% off their home improvement store, Third Dimension, located on Yellow Pine Street.
Don't forget Mom this Mother's Day. Get her sweet treats from Yummy Treats. Contact 441-1880. It's just that yummy.
Mother's Day is here, and Parfum de Paris has a 20 to 50% off selected items in the store. Incredible savings, so shop now. New arrivals from brands such as Guess, Land, and designer fragrances. Enter to win one of 2 fabulous gift baskets worth over $500 each. Don't miss the sale at Parfum de Paris in the 17th Center downtown Freeport and Port Lucaya. Parfum de Paris, providing Grand Bahama's largest selection of fragrances, handbags, watches, land products, and much more. Visit them today. Treat Mom to Sunday brunch at Grand Lucayan. There'll be live entertainment and surprises. Tickets available at Lighthouse Point Lobby. Phone 350-5000.
They say health is wealth. Well, let's find out. I'm Jamila Mizik, and I'm here to take you on a journey into what it means to have complete wellness.
ZNS Shopping Network is the place for deals. Bahamas, get ready for our national launch coming June 1st, 2021. For the first time ever, any store can advertise their sale items or discounted coupons on ZNS. And you get TV and radio commercials at never-before-seen prices. So if you got stuff and you want to put it on sale, we will tell the entire Bahamas about it. So merchants, log on to ZNSShoppingNetwork.com and click the Merchant Inquiry button and get started.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Malia Smith-Roll, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We thank you so much for watching. And to all mothers, we here at ZNS Northern Service would like to wish you a very special Happy Mother's Day. That's going to do it for us here in the North, but be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Megan Shepard. Have a wonderful weekend.
Legend.
Softly came from, in 1973, we played in the Independence Tournament, and there were Michael Thompson, Elijah McSweeney, man, these guys were killing us. I had to turn loose with some of the moves that I learned a long time ago. And after the game, I think it was Ed Bethel came to me and said, listen, I mean, these guys are struggling to make these moves and struggling to jump, but you get up in the air so soft, and you know, your jump shot is so softly.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, the groundwork laid for Exuma's new airport. A middle-aged woman, the latest to succumb to COVID. and the latest on emergency orders. Those stories and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, returns.
Summer is rapidly approaching, and we know that here in the Bahamas, just about everyone will be flocking to pools, beaches, and participating in various aquatic activities. And while we're trying to have fun, safety comes first. So here's something to keep in mind when you're about to make your very first splash. The rule of thumb when entering any body of water is to always go in feet first. Reason being is that you can never be absolutely sure about how shallow or deep the water might be. Crystal Darling, ZNS Web Media.
This portion of the news brought to you by BTC's Dollar Holla Deals.
Good evening, I'm Akush Lopindo. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. The Tourism and Aviation Minister sees it as the most historic week ever for the local aviation sector. This, of course, following Wednesday's historic navigation agreement and today's contract signing and groundbreaking ceremony of a multi-million-dollar airport terminal for Exuma. Reporting from Georgetown is our Altavis Munnings.
Millions of dollars being invested to construct a brand new international airport here on the island of Exuma. It's being considered a red letter day now that the contract has been signed and the ground has been broken for construction to begin.
And currently we employ over 250 Bahamians on our staff. We anticipate hiring 75 to 100 Bahamians on this particular project. We are committed to hiring locals as much as we can, in addition to utilizing as many of the local vendors and resources here available on the island.
And Wolseley Construction President Ashley Glinton vows to finish this multi-million-dollar, 60,000 square foot project, also branded as construction of the second largest airport in the Bahamas, within 2 years and on budget. Mobilization begins in 2 weeks, with construction starting thereafter.
I'm very happy that our guests, who are typically a higher-end clientele, will be able to come in our front room, which is very presentable, our new airport here. And I am delighted for the people of Exuma.
The new $65 million airport facility is located west of Exuma's current airport terminal and is expected to provide a myriad of economic opportunities for the island's residents. It's something Tourism and Aviation Minister, the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar, is looking forward to, as getting to this point in this venture wasn't easy.
We first had to hire consultants to project into the future the amount of traffic, both passengers and aircraft, that would be using this airport. We did not want to build an airport which, after a few short years, would prove to be too small. We had to hire architects, Mike and Lexu and Associates, one of the only, and they would probably correct me by saying, the only Bahamian firm with experience in the design of airports. We did not want to make the mistake, like in so many other instances in the past, of hiring architects with no experience in designing airports. Not in Exuma.
The project was realized through a public-private partnership, and it's a move Prime Minister the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis fully endorses.
The proposed airport terminal building is designed to meet the functional and qualitative requirements of a modern international airport. The greenfield option was chosen so the existing airport terminal building may continue to operate until the new facility is available for operation. Thereafter, the existing facility will be converted to other uses.
And as more and more visitors travel to Exuma, government's ultimate goal is to attract more airlift to the southern Bahamas.
Very soon, the SI tender will be released. This will result in a refurbished 7,000 linear foot runway and the construction of new aprons and taxiway. Our plans include to direct aircraft traffic directly to Exuma from North and South America, and to use this modern facility as a hub for the southern Bahamas. A cargo hub facility will be added in phase 2 of the development of this project, as we recognize that there is a strong demand for this service.
And Exuma residents are being encouraged to take advantage of all the opportunities that this new investment will bring to their island. Reporting from Georgetown, Exuma, I'm Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Well, as indicated, today's groundbreaking ceremony comes on the heels of the Bahamas Air Navigation Services Authority and the Federal Aviation Administration inking a 10-year deal. That deal has an automatic 36-month extension. According to Tourism and Aviation Minister, the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar, here's how this arrangement will play out.
The FAA will continue to provide air navigation services in the sovereign airspace of the Bahamas free of charge. Do you see why this agreement is so historic? BANZA will pay the FAA a small annual fee so that it can generate the data, the details of what airspace users flew through the sovereign airspace in a particular month. We will in turn use that data to assist in our billing and collection of the fees.
Attorney Brian Glinton of the Bahamas' negotiating team further explains what happens at the end of the 10-year period.
If the Bahamas wanted to actually, say, proceed on its own, then it would give the U.S. FAA a 36-month notice of termination. And so the agreement would run for an additional 36 months. Because as you can imagine, something as complex as managing providing air navigation services, there has to be a transition. So they would be allowed some kind of a transition should that occur. But certainly the Bahamas could renew it for another 10 years at the end of the 10-year period.
The Sandals chain of resorts has, like its competitors, been hit hard by COVID-19, but that hasn't eclipsed its chairman's optimism. Adam Stewart telling reporters this week that owing to the brand's success is its preparation to come out the other side of the pandemic.
The Caribbean is the world's most tourism-dependent place on the planet. So we made a policy decision that we were going to reopen safely, and that's where I was leaning into a while ago, saying how impressed I have been as the largest hotel company in the Caribbean to the compliance, not just from my own company, but our competitors, the boutiques, the mom and pops, the villa community. Tourism literally saw that this was life or death, figuratively and literally, to be able to continue. So Jamaica's done a very good job, and then of course we reopened first. We had the biggest brand. We stayed on television, advertising and marketing. We ramped up our social media. We maintained our entire sales force, knowing full well that this would not last forever. And as a result, between the trust in our brand, the aggressive marketing, the focus of our team, we have been ahead of the curve by a long shot.
Well, frontline to the tourism industry, public service taxi drivers who, more than a year into the bruising impact of the global pandemic, are for the first time optimistic. Carla Palmer reports.
Harry Strawn has been a public service taxi driver for some 35 years. But he's been in the tourism industry all of his adult working life.
Before going into the taxi business, I was a hotel man. Work at the hotel called Emerald Beach.
Strawn is stationed at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel downtown Nassau. Like his other colleagues, he says he has seen better days.
You come out here in the morning time by 7 o'clock. Sometimes you don't get a job before 11, 12 o'clock. Because the reason for that is hardly anybody moving the hotel. Occupancy is very low. And most of the people that entered the hotel, they came in by, they call the buses, which they are prepaid and all of that, you know. They bring them in and they carry them back. That's why it's very, very slow.
I came back out a couple of months ago, but it's been rough. Been like 6 days to get one job.
It's a steady 1 or 2 jobs a day, even though it's a long wait in between. It's like a 6 to 8 hour wait in between sometimes. But so we heard that that things will get better.
As Norman Seymour waits patiently for the tourism economy to improve, he says he will use his time wisely to advance his cause while protecting his health.
I'm waiting on the first shot. Supposed to go and get everything, but I'm not yet, but I'm going to get vaccinated.
With each taxi driver affected by the COVID-19 pandemic in more ways than one, hope and faith is what they say they are continuing to rely on.
I hope it'll be picked up in another 3 months or so.
Put it like this. I'm basically relying on God to bring me through. My hope is built on nothing else but Jesus' blood and righteousness. What else can I say? God's been good to me. I expect I'll get 3 today. At least 3. 1 for the Father, 1 for the Son, and 1 for the Spirit.
Carla Palmer, ZNS Network News.
Well, still to come, we hear from the National Security Minister on water issues at the Jenny Street fire, and BTC gives back. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight. Stay with us. And remember to tune in to the morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour, starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch live at 5 with Amajon Knowles, followed by the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern edition, at 6:30, and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The $20 combo, unlimited talk, yo, to every network you know. Across the Bahamas, I got 6 gigs of data, plus unlimited chat. It just roll over too. Now let me check my people on Facebook and WhatsApp. BTC is where it's at. I rock my combo.
Your BTC 10-day combo is now only $20 and is supersized with a new low price.
BTC do it again.
You know that feeling you get when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
6 Family Island making the list of communities with new COVID infections. Based on Thursday's dashboard, 42 of them are females and 20 are males. A closer look at demographics puts 45 of them on New Providence, 6 on Andros, 4 on Grand Bahama, 2 each on Abaco and the Berry Islands, and 1 on Inagua. The locations of the other 2 cases are pending. Also noteworthy, the death of a 56-year-old woman on Thursday. COVID-related deaths now at 200, and this as 5 people remain in the intensive care unit. Thursday's dashboard also showing 48 recoveries and 704 tests. 16 of them are repeats and 5 show inconclusive results. Well, the increasing COVID infections brings up a key question. What will the expiration of the current emergency orders mean? Keep in mind, by month's end, the emergency orders extended earlier this year will be up, prompting the government to end, extend, or alter it in some way or another. It's a question we put to Attorney General, the Honorable Carl Bethel.
The Cabinet has not made a determination, and I raised the issue. Prime Minister indicated that he wishes to have some serious discussions with the medical community and get their advice. He's not prepared to commit to any particular course of action until he has done so. So I understand that sometime this week he'll probably be doing that, and we look forward to whatever the recommendations of the medical community are. Bahamians, we all know what the protocols are. But we may still need guidance on adhering to them. So one way or the other, whether it's by way of a statute, by way of perhaps some amendments to pre-existing laws, if we could facilitate that, we'll do whatever we have to do in order to protect the Bahamian people.
Over in the Senate, members debated and passed a compendium of financial bills aimed at enhancing the ease of doing business in the country while strengthening its regulatory framework. Fern Carey has the details.
Leader of Government Business, Attorney General Senator the Honorable Kyle Bethel, led off debate in the upper chamber Friday on the Securities Industry Amendment Bill and the Insurance Amendment Bill. Focusing on the Securities Amendment Bill, Senator Bethel said it will enable the Securities Commission to better regulate the sector.
The proposals are to provide a regulatory regime that will encourage licensees and registrants to renew their registrations prior to the expiration, and if they fail to do so, they will be automatically struck off the register and will have 30 days to apply for revitalization, if you will, or revival of their fund. And it is to encourage the timely compliance with the regulations.
The legislation will also enhance reporting requirements in the securities industry.
Right now, it's discretionary whether they'll be required to publish their annual statements. And the intent of the amendment is to remove the discretion and to require all registrants to publish, meaning make available to the public and place it on a site where people can go and look and see the last audited statements, in order to decide whether, and for the investing public, most persons will seek advice, whether by the benefit of advice, this is a wise investment to make for the investing public.
The Insurance Amendment Bill is also expected to address deficiencies in the insurance regulatory framework.
The only acceptable posture for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas going forward is to strive for and to attain the very highest standards of compliance with internationally accepted standards of conduct and regulatory enforcement, period. And if you do that, you get a real competitive advantage.
Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
Well, contributing to the debate, Government Senator Lisa Bosworth-Dean focused on the intent behind the Insurance Amendment Bill.
There was nothing in the existing legislation which would have stopped persons that are ill-suited for being in the management or ownership of any financial institution, but in this case, in particular, the insurance industry, from becoming a beneficial owner or, more importantly, entering into senior management of that institution. The amendments to the Act are designed to require the licensed entity to give prior notification to the Commission of any such change, and the Commission must approve that change.
Meantime, PLP Senator Dr. Michael Darville made it clear that while the opposition supports the compendium of financial bills, it has some concerns relating to the Insurance Amendment Bill, which prompted a response from the government's leader in the upper chamber.
After listening to what was happening in the industry, that more in-depth consultation should have been done with the insurance industry, because there are senior members in the insurance sector who feel that a few of the proposed amendments could result in over-regulating the industry.
I'm not sure if the honourable member is debating the present bill that's before us, or is in fact debating the bill that was tabled in the other place in error, okay? In that I asked the Insurance Commission to send me the bill. They sent an earlier bill that they had earlier committed to the industry they were going to consult on, including Section 5.
Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dames, now weighing in on concerns about the availability of water supply following Sunday's fire that destroyed several homes on Balfour Avenue and Jenny Street.
You get to scenes and
the pressure may not be as high as you would like for it to be. And so, I mean, obviously, this is why you have departments like the fire department and the police force and the defense force and other agencies such as that would have what is normally referred to as an after-event briefing. All right, and that briefing will assist them on how to address issues like that moving forward. It's not serious by any extent, because I mean the technology out there nowadays allow for tankers and additional water supply.
Applications pouring into the Ministry of National Security from people seeking to have their criminal records expunged. National Security Minister, the Honorable Marvin Dame, says the prerogative of mercy is also expected to meet soon in the case of applications from those seeking clemency.
The POM committee is a very busy committee. There's a lot of work that has to go into it before these requests really get to the POM committee. Because we have to do backgrounds, we have to get records on how these persons are. So it's kind of a lead-in now to our rehabilitative efforts. And we're excited about that.
Police filing formal changes against 35-year-old Tyrone Wilson of Honeycomb Street, who was charged with possession of a forged document. It is alleged that on Tuesday, May 4th, Wilson showed up at the Bank of the Bahamas with the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation check totaling $73,000 in the name Affordable Trucking. A verification call was made, and it was determined that the check was not genuine. 20-year-old Faith Avenue resident Darren Stubbs also arraigned for possession of a forged document and uttering a forged document. On April 29th, Stubbs reportedly went to the Bank of the Bahamas with a forged check drawn on the account of the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation totaling $80,000. Again, verification call was made, and it was also determined that that check was fake. Stubbs is also facing an attempted fraud charge relating to that incident. Another teen girl is missing tonight. Police say 17-year-old Lakara Robinson was last seen at her number 89 Lincoln Boulevard home on Thursday, May 6th. Around 10 p.m. The young woman's described as dark-skinned, 5 feet 6 inches tall, and medium built. Anyone with information on the teen's whereabouts should call the nearest police station. Well, you may have seen some people sporting green in some form or fashion today, and that's in support of Mental Health Awareness Month. Chairperson for the Mental Health Awareness Month Committee, Dr. Stephanie Hutchinson, says green is simply a lively and vibrant color.
Every Friday in May is Go Green Friday. And so we're encouraging everyone to wear green on Fridays, whatever that is. Green masks, green t-shirts. We do have t-shirts available. But anything green to stand in solidarity with mental health and mental health awareness. And then one of our signature events is the book club, the National Virtual Book Club. And that looks several ways. Every Friday evening at 6 p.m., we'll be reading a portion of the book, The Strong One, and that's written by our local psychologist and my colleague, Dr. Giovanna Jones. So that's the adult book club selection.
Now, anyone interested in joining the book club or participating in any of the events should check out the Bahamas Mental Awareness Month Facebook page. And the young people have not been left out, as there is a book club just for them.
And so some of our psychology club members and other mental health volunteers will be reading a book related to mental health to primary school children. So that's by Zoom. And then we've gotten the junior high, high school, and college students interested in the TikTok competition. So that's all a part of the same package, but we won't know who gets the most likes for the TikTok competition until the end of the month.
Staff and officials at the Bahamas Telecommunications Company giving back in a big way today. The organization dishing out grocery items and food supplies. Scores of residents received a number of BTC devices and phone cards. Head of Communications at BTC is Indira Colley.
Today is BTC's Community Give Back.
This is a huge, a massive effort that our staff members have undertaken. What we're doing is we're trying to give back to our communities that have supported us so much over the years. This is our opportunity now to be able to give back to them. We organize a grocery distribution. Our team members have been here all week packing boxes. And so what we're doing here today is ensuring that we're able to give something tangible back to our community. Yes, when we got here this morning, the first person was here from 1 a.m. That is what we were told. And it's just definitely a testament that the need is still very great in this country. And so we were happy to be able to do our part as a corporate citizen and be able to give back to our customers that have always given to us.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
Hey, it's Charlie, and we are here at the vaccination site asking people to tell us their vaccination story.
We need to open up, we need to get things moving, and this is the best way. And by the way, this system, this is genuine, I was absolutely amazed how efficient it's all been to this point. On a personal level, it just feels right. It just feels, and the first chance you get, you should get it done.
And I think it's only natural to get it done. I had it when I had to get it due when I went to school. So I don't think the vaccine is much different than it is now. It's only a vaccine, and if it's for the health of the nation and myself, I'm doing it.
This Mother's Day, you're going to need the card with enough rewards. Not your credit or debit card, your Bahama Health Card. Enjoy discounts and promotions featuring all the things Mom loves. Flowers, spa and beauty treatments, appliances, health, fitness, relaxation, food, and treats. And Mom, if they don't buy it for you, you can buy it yourself. Yeah, Bahama Health got you, Mom. Visit bahamahealth.com for further details. Happy Mother's Day.
May I have your attention, please? This week's specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets include Best Yet Cornflakes, 18-ounce box, $2.49. Hunt Ketchup, 32-ounce bottle, $2.39. Fresh Yellow Corn, 3 for $1.99. Chicken Leg Quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.19 per pound. Best Yet Evaporated Milk, 12-ounce can, 95 cents. Super Value Winton, open Sundays, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Super Value Cable Beach, open Sundays, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
New year, new time. Watch Conversations with Christ every Sunday at 10 a.m. And I'll tell you why. Because I recently had someone ask me, they said, Daniel, how do I explain unemployment to my kids? How do I explain that I'm not working and we on welfare, we on government assistance? How do I explain that to my children? And the only thing I could tell them is one word, and that's temporary. Everything is temporary. Because see, when you walk by faith and not by sight, what you understand is that even though you don't see things changing, you don't have to see it, you just know that it's happening. And then he said, but it's been over 2 years. I haven't worked. So how do you explain temporary? And that's when I had to let him know that, hey, to God, one day is like 1,000 years. And 1,000 years is like one day. So don't compare today to forever. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So 10 a.m. Conversations with Christ every Sunday.
In this age of spin, when so much information is suspect, people are searching for information they can trust. The answer? A closer look.
We made tremendous progress with respect to reducing the deficit.
The fact that there will be more infections suggests that there could be more deaths.
But if it is more transmissible, and those strains are all more transmissible, then it means that more people will get infected, more people will have symptomatic disease.
Something about metering.
You're not going to be able to owe BPL $10,000, $20,000.
That situation is in order now, right?
As you load up that meter, you can use your power.
We in essence have done something with our health travel visa that's going to help our tourism product.
A closer look with Anthony Newbold, where you get the facts you can believe in. Mondays at 8 p.m. and Wednesdays at 9 a.m. right here on the ZNS Television Network.
Shell
Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
We all know Mother's Day is special, but have any of you given any thought to where the long-held tradition stems from and who's behind it? Well, Catherine Gomez takes a look.
Mother's Day can be traced all the way back to the Christian festival, Mothering Sunday, that was a tradition in the UK and parts of Europe, celebrated on the fourth Sunday. It was on this particular day that Christians would return to their mother church for a special day. In walked the 20th century, with a secular version of this tradition created by Anna Jarvis. You see, when Anna's mother died in 1905, she came up with the idea to establish a day that should honor mothers for their sacrificial service. The first Mother's Day was celebrated in May 1908, and Jarvis organized it at a Methodist church in West Virginia. Jarvis sought to make Mother's Day a national holiday, giving birth to a massive campaign. She created a Mother's Day International Association that applied pressure on politicians to make it a holiday. And by 1912, Mother's Day became just that in several states. U.S. President Woodrow Wilson officially established Mother's Day in 1914, proclaiming that it would take place every second Sunday in May. Jarvis wanted this day to be a personal celebration where families would go to church together, and then sons and daughters would write loving letters to their mothers and give them flowers. But after a few years, merchants began capitalizing on it so much that by 1920, Jarvis was outraged at how commercialized it became and tried to abolish it but failed. That aside, Mother's Day has been celebrated all over the world, with countries putting their own twist on it, but all share the same sentiment, which is to honor mothers for being the wind beneath our wings. Catherine Gomez for Live at 5.
Well, now that you've gotten a bit of history in, if you're still finalizing that Mother's Day menu, you may want to pay attention to this next piece. Today, our Antoinette Smith shows us how to make what could possibly be the perfect addition to your Sunday brunch.
Nothing says Mother's Day like brunch, and nothing says brunch like a good old-fashioned charcuterie board. So if you came here to learn how to make strawberry pancakes, then I'm afraid you're in the wrong place. Welcome to Charcuterie 101. First things first, you need a plate or a board and a wide variety of ingredients. That means fruit, crackers, nuts, cheese, and your choice of the smoked meat. And now that we've got all that together, we're ready to become cheese plate connoisseurs. So, if you ask me, the most important part of a cheese board isn't even the cheese, it's the meat. A more traditional method of cured meat placement is by folding twice, making a truffle, and simply adding it to the plate. But this class wouldn't be anything if we did not come with a quick hack. With the use of a wine glass or a champagne flute, you can literally make your plate bloom, quite literally. And now, on to step 2. It's all about the placement. You can, of course, design your board however you want, but for this purpose, we're adding the crackers next, then the cheese, then fruit, then you get the idea. And And once you've got everything together, then you're ready for step 3, aka the perfect pairing. And in this case is sparkling cider, and a DIY arrangement we made for a little razzle-dazzle. So now, students, gather around.
You can see this, eating this with my mom tomorrow on Mother's Day, on Sunday.
I'll probably look at it a little while longer just because it's so beautiful. The color scheme is just right. I love the rose.
Under $50. This is a really, really good hack. I might have to steal this from my mom, guys, so let me just take this.
And there you have it. Class dismissed. For Live at 5, I'm Antoinette Smith.
And since Mother's Day is this coming Sunday, our Live at 5 team gave a shout out to their moms.
There's nothing more powerful than a mother's love. Nothing as healing as a child's soul.
There are virtually no words that can describe what Kendra T. Sands means to me. She is literally the most selfless and caring and kindest person I know, which is funny because for some reason she seemingly forgot to pass these qualities on to me. You inspire me every day to do what I need to do. Always reminding me that even as I grow older, my dreams and a world of adventure still awaits. So, my mom, my sunshine, my only sunshine, I love you so much, to infinity, and then some more.
What can I say about my mom, Jacqueline Knowles? My number one fan and supporter. I know people always think it's a negative thing when you're called a mama's boy, but I don't necessarily think so. For as long as I could remember, even before I started working in news, anywhere I would go, the first thing people would say is, oh yeah, that's Jackie boy. Yeah, that's Jackie's son. So I couldn't even hide it, but I owe a lot of whatever success I've had in life. I can attribute that to her constant encouragement and words of affirmation, and of course, the food. There isn't enough words in the English dictionary to describe what my mom means to me, but I just want her to know that I will always love and appreciate her.
I'd just like to say a happy Mother's Day to my beautiful mother, Olga Lolita Roach. Now, Mommy, I know this Mother's Day is going to be a little difficult for you, but guess what? All of your children, your grandchildren, and your special great-grands will be right there with you. So happy Mother's Day, Mommy. We love you so, so much, and we thank you for being a wonderful mother.
Mother's Day is every day for me and my mom, Carolyn Elizabeth Johnson. So I just want to say a special happy Mother's Day to my mom, my aunts, everyone who helped groom me in that motherly figure, to Opal, especially from our Live at 5 team. She's the only mother on the team. And some of the women here at ZNS and all around the world. I just want to say a special happy Mother's Day, Mommy, and everyone else. I'm Kelsey Johnson, reminding you that a mother's love lasts forever. Happy Mother's Day.
And no one else can do what you have done for me.
Thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up.
Hey guys, it's Shay again with another quick tidbit on the perks of being an Alive customer. Now, if you're already on our network, this may just be a refresher for you, but if you're not, this might give you that extra push. If you're interested in getting a bill every month, or you're interested in the best prices on some of the latest devices, or if you've been a little bit interested in that auto pay option, this might be for you. It's time for you to join postpaid and experience opulence.
Simply put, being an Alive postpaid customer means you selected the plan of your choice and you then pay for that plan routinely every month. Unlike prepaid, where you can fluctuate between 7-day and 30-day, all postpaid plans are 30-day plans. So what are some of those postpaid plans? We have our Liberty More, which is $59.99, gives you 10 gigabytes of data, 500 talk and text minutes. Or we have our Liberty Premium, which is $99.99 per month and gives you 20 gigabytes of data, 1,000 talk and text minutes. Or we have our Liberty Elite, which is $149.99 a month, includes unlimited unlimited data, talk, and text, and 1 GB of roaming data. Again, all of our plans include unlimited alive-to-alive calls and texts. Now listen, we also have postpaid MiFi plans. That's right. If you have a MiFi device, you can purchase postpaid data plans, MiFi Basic, MiFi Plus, and MiFi Preferred. So what else can you look forward to? Even though we are still practicing social distancing during this time, as a postpaid customer, you not only have access to exclusive offers and devices, but exclusive invites to virtual events hosted by Alive in partnership with local vendors and access to special offers at many vendors on our List Rewards app.
So there you have it. If you're a prepaid customer and you've been thinking about making that postpaid switch, we hope that this helped. If you're not an Alive customer, what are you waiting on? Alive, believe, invest.
Everything is changing, and your favorite hardware and home improvement store is getting with the program. We Buy, You Sell is rolling out its new online shopping feature. If you go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, it's a quick and easy 3-step process. Step 1, browse the gallery and select your item. Step 2, add to cart. And Step 3, check out. Go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, to shop with us today.
That's why we got the... Hey, long time no see. You hear me?
Long time no see.
Boiled fish, stewed conch. I love it all.
Tourists come here to take our tours, experience our sun, sand, and sea, and they also spend money around town.
I used to see a bunch of hogfish around here, but nowadays, I hardly see any. You protect one area, the fish do their thing, make a bunch of babies, that spread all over the sea. What's the problem?
If we protect certain parts of our sea,
it keeps all parts working right.
I was against that phrase, but knowing what I know now, I totally agree with having marine protected areas.
I support marine protected areas.
We support marine protected areas.
Look for Bahamas Protected on Facebook. Sign the petition. Sign the petition.
When you wanna save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you wanna look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
As the Prime Minister noted, additional Family Island airports are not to be left out of the government's infrastructural upgrades. Director of Aviation Algernon Cargill giving us this update on what's going on in the case of the Deadman's Key Airport over in Long Island.
Deadman's Key is a new 18,000 square foot facility that's estimated to cost about $20 million. It's important for Deadman's Key because for the first time we are now going to have direct flights from North America to Deadman's Key. That aircraft is designed to accommodate the regional jets that can seat up to 100 persons, and the runway will be lengthened to a little over 6,000 feet. It is important for Deadman's Key because there's a wonderful tourism opportunity in Long Island. The island itself has said that we need an airport in order to grow our economy, and the government responded. I know the Member of Parliament, Adrian Gibson, is excited about that airport, and the tenders were released, and in less than 2 to 3 months, we'll be back to groundbreak in Deadman's Key, and that's exciting.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil. How's the weather looking for Mother's Day?
Well, first of all, the much-needed rain that we anticipated came, but everybody didn't get it. We'll tell you all about that later in the newscast, so stay tuned. But outside of our studios, we're under partly sunny skies with a temperature of 79 degrees, your relative humidity at 73%, north-northeast winds at 8 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,015.7 millibars. That is 30.00 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the outlets this evening, well, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 79s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Greenville, Key, and Marshall Ball. In Abaco, the Berry Islands, 82 degrees. 78 degrees in Allenstown, Bimini, 80 in Harbor Island. Rockstown, Eleuthera, 82, 83 in Staniel Key, in Exumas, Kemp Space, St. Andrews, also at 83. Freshwick and Central Andrews have a temperature of 82 degrees. In Otterstown, Cat Island, 81, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma, all at 81 degrees. More 81s in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Ackless, Matchetown, Nagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the northwestern islands tonight, the winds are going to be southwest to west ahead of the front. Behind it, the winds will swing out of the north to northeast speeds, just around 10 to 15 knots, but they will be picking up, as you'll see, in just a short while. Low tide takes place at 12:29 in the morning in the central Bahamas. Light and variable winds, that too will be short-lived. Wave heights 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. For the southeast Bahamas, easterly flow at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Now, as we take you into Saturday, those winds will rapidly rotate out of the northeast to east behind that front, which you anticipate will stall. That, too, we'll give you details on that. But notice the speeds picking up 12 to 18 knots, and that will constitute a caution flag for your boaters. Wave heights also building 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. High tide on Saturday, 6:27 in the morning, with the low tide at 12:42 in the afternoon. Now, for the central Bahamas on Saturday, the winds become easterly at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. In the southeast flow at 10 to 15, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And then on Mother's Day, which is Sunday, the winds easterly 12 to 18 knots, so we'll have that moderate breeze in place for you mothers on Mother's Day. 3 to 6 feet will be those wave heights with a moderate chop. High tide 7:08 in the morning, low tide at 1:19 in the afternoon in the central and southeastern islands. Stronger winds still at 15 to 20 knots out of the east, wave heights building 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. So caution flags will be in place on Sunday for the entire 700 islands of the Bahamas. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
The $20 combo, unlimited talk, yo, to every network you know. Across the Bahamas, I got 6 gigs of data, plus unlimited chat. It just roll over too. Now let me check my people on Facebook and WhatsApp. BTC is where it's at. I rock my combo.
Your BTC 10-day combo is now only $20 and is supersized with a new low price.
BTC, do it again.
Mario thought he could have his cake and eat it too. He almost found out the hard way that if you don't insure your home for the full replacement value, when it comes time to make a claim, you won't get the full payout. It's called the condition of average. If your $200,000 home is destroyed by a hurricane, but you only insured it for $100,000, half the value, you'll only get half of that $100,000 payout. Actually, less than that, because there's also a deductible, which will be deducted from your payout. Check your home insurance policy for the condition of average clause and ask your insurance agent or broker how condition of average would affect you. This message was brought to you by the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas, protecting the legend.
Softly came from, in 1973, we played in the Independence Tournament, and there were Michael Thompson, Elijah McSweeney, man, these guys were killing us. I had to turn loose with some of the moves that I learned a long time ago. And after the game, I think it was Ed Bethel came to me and said, listen, I mean, these guys are struggling to make these moves and struggling to jump, but you get up in the air so soft, and you know, your jump shot is so softly.
The man in the boat calling round Bahama land. The man in the boat and the crowd is sipping sand. The Bohemian beer, good right over here. If you bound the Bohemian, raise your hands in the air. The man in the boat calling round Bahama land. The man in the boat and the crowd is sipping sand. 100% Bohemian owned, even foreign guys.
Available at Jimmy's Liquor Store or your favorite restaurant or liquor stores throughout the Bahamas.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports. Well, Kristen Monroe became the latest Bahamian baseball prospect to sign with an MLB franchise. The 16-year-old shortstop out of the International Elite Sports Academy, founded by Jerron Sands and Albert Cartwright, made it official, inking the deal with the Los Angeles Angels Thursday evening, surrounded by family and friends. We caught up with Kristen after the ceremony to speak about the feeling.
Feeling, can't describe this feeling. I've been thinking about this moment all my life, but being a player is unreal right now. It's unreal. They played a huge role by always being there for me, taking me to practices, just loving me unconditionally. I have to say thank you for that.
Now, as his skills as a prospect, here's Brian Cruz, the Angels' assistant director of international scouting.
We're pretty new to the Angels, but our director, Brian Parker, has been following Chris Brigg pretty closely since last year. Saw him a lot. Sent me over here to the Bahamas to watch him so we can solidify our process. Fell in love with the kid right away. Not only his tools on the field, his bat, his speed, his athleticism, but what he brought off the field. Makeup, a leader, someone who was very respectful, a little bit of a jokester, which we all like, someone who can have fun with the game, and saw nothing but 5 stars all around whenever I saw him.
And with his signing, Monroe became the third Bahamian player currently in the Angels organization. He joins Deshaun Knowles and Trent DeVoe, who are both in the club's top 30 prospect list. We asked Cruz about what it means to have another Bahamian joining the fold.
Trent and Deshaun once seem like great kids, athletes. They can bring a lot to the table, obviously following them through their stat sheets. You can see that they're doing great things for the Angels, and they're representing the Bahamas very greatly on and off the field. You know, you've seen the change in their body. They've gotten stronger, bigger, and something that you can project and say, hey, these guys, Kristen's going to be around them. So you're going to say, maybe he's going to turn out the same way. So it's nothing but great things about, you know, the Bahamians we have in our organization, and we're following that tradition with Kristen here now and the new regime that came in to the Angels.
And that's been a look at sports.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Since COVID-19 is reading. That's something in itself because it's so fast. So yeah, it's engrossing.
Join me for Direct Talk, live with David G. Weekdays at 11 a.m. on the Bahamas Radio Network.
During this pandemic, it is our duty to ensure that all citizens, residents, and visitors are adhering to the COVID-19 safety protocols. Every business establishment must have distance markers 6 feet apart, indicating where each customer must stand at check-in points. Have a hand sanitizing station visible at the entrance of the store for all customers to sanitize their hands before entering the store. I am Ambassador Otario Farrington of the COVID-19 Enforcement Authority. Save a life that may be yours.
This message brought to you by the Ministry of National Security in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we had a pretty active front system push through the northwest Bahamas today. However, the rain showers were not right along that front line. It was not homogeneous, to say the least, but it was rather in pockets. So some parts of the northwest Bahamas and even some parts of the island got, and the others certainly did not get. But as you can see on our satellite picture right now, lots of shower activity associated with the system as it now makes a slow trek into the central parts of the country. We expect it to stall just to the south of us, and that means that we will still be right on the edge of that. So some residual showers will linger around tomorrow. They will be off and on in nature and again in spots, and not any solid line as we would have liked to have, because we are still in the dry season and heading towards the onset of the rainy season, which is usually around the late part of May. And our forecast for tonight, we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions. An isolated thunderstorm or two still possible, but mainly along the frontal boundary, and that means pretty much to the south of us. Low temperature tonight should get down to a comfortable 71 degrees, and by the way, the winds will be picking up as well, and that will add another degree of comfort as well. Tomorrow, we're looking at variable cloudiness over the northwestern parts of the country with isolated thunderstorms once again remaining near that frontal boundary. 83 degrees for your high, but in the southeast Bahamas, you can anticipate lots of sunshine because that frontal boundary will be to the north of you, and we don't think it will get into the southeast Bahamas, but certainly in the central Bahamas around the Exumas and Long Island, they certainly will see an increase in clouds and pockets of showers and isolated thunderstorms as well. The extended weather forecast, which will take us through the weekend, which encompasses Mother's Day, which is on Sunday, residual showers possibly in the morning on Mother's Day, but we expect things to dry out quite nicely as we head into the afternoon hours. So for those of you who plan those afternoon dinners for Mom, I think things should be pretty much okay for you once you get out of church. Temperature-wise, temperatures are in the low 80s Saturday, but will quickly rebound into the upper 80s on Sunday, which is Mother's Day, so things will start to warm up again, and we will hold those upper 80s right through the next 6 days, which will take us through next week. So we're now getting very close to those 90-degree temperatures, and your nighttime temperatures, save for tomorrow, which we will see temperatures in the low to mid-70s. Things will bounce back up into the upper 70s. That too will hold right through Wednesday. It would not be before Thursday and Friday of next week where we'll see those nighttime temperatures ease just a bit. Makisha?
Well, thanks, Basil. Just before we leave, here's some pretty fun facts about Mother's Day. It's considered one of the most popular days of the year for eating out. More calls are made on Mother's Day than any other day of the year. Carnations are the flowers typically associated with Mother's Day. Approximately $14 billion is spent this time of year, and the moniker Mom comes from babies, as the first thing a baby can vocalize is the ma sound, which is why in almost every language the word for mother begins with M. Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team here, thanks for watching. And to all you mothers, a wonderful and blessed Mother's Day.
Yes, I would like to dedicate this song to all of the mothers out there. I want you to know that you are the wind beneath everybody's wings. It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine. You've always walked a step behind. And I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength.
Legend.
Softly came from, in 1973, we played in the Independence Tournament, and there were Michael Thompson, Elijah McSweeney, man, these guys were killing us. I had to turn loose with some of the moves that I learned a long time ago. And after the game, I think it was Ed Bethel came to me and said, listen, I mean, these guys are struggling to make these moves and struggling to jump. but you get up in the air so soft, and you know, and your jump shot is so softly.